And then what I'm going to do now is...
All right, today I'm going to be making ramen noodles with egg, scrambled egg, and cheese. Absolute goodness. All right, so let's get started. So I'm heating up my pan right here. Well, as the pan is heating up, let me go ahead and scramblize my eggs. All right, so I have my eggs down here. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go ahead and scramble this. Normally, I fry the eggs and I don't scramblize them. But a lot of people have been asking me, can't you scramble them? Because they don't like fried eggs, they like scrambled. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I have the eggs right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2 eggs in here. And I'm just going to beat the eggs. And this is going to allow them to scramblify when I cook it. All right? So I scramble the eggs, mix them up pretty well. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a little bit of pepper to this. Add a little bit to the bowl for flavoration. And I have the seasoning packet. Now the seasoning packet is important. So I'm going to take the seasoning packet. I'm going to add half of it to the egg, or maybe 3/4 of it to the egg. Mix this up like that. Look at that. Absolute goodness, if you ask me. Absolute goodness. Now I'm going to bring my pan over here, which I've been heating up for the past minute or so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some butter to the pan. And this is going to melterate. And this is going to be, actually cook the eggs, help cook the eggs without it sticking. I'm just going to go ahead and spread the love a little bit around there. Absolute goodness. So I'm going to put this in here. The pan is heating up. And remember the flavoration packet. There's about 1/4 of flavoration still in here. Come in here, smell this. Come up to the screen, smell it. Doesn't it smell good? Absolute goodness, if you ask me. Now, I used a chili flavor on this one right here because I was in the mood for a little bit of spice in my life. So I have chili flavor that I'm going to be using. Look at the bottom. Look what it says. It says, product of USA. Absolute goodness. All right, so the pan is fritating, heating up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the egg. It should be hot enough. I believe it's hot enough. Gonna mix this up one more time. All right. I'm gonna place this in here. Just hot enough. It's starting to cook. Put that in there. And what I'm gonna do is, while this is fritating, I'm gonna go ahead and add some American cheese to it. So I'm gonna take this slice and I'm gonna go ahead and break this apart and just put the cheese in here. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because this allows the time for the cheese to melterate as the egg is cooking. Absolute goodness. And because I'm not on a diet today, I'm gonna actually add 2 pieces of all American cheese to this mixturation. All right, so I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in here just like that. Now with the chili pepper seasoning that I have in there for the packet, it's going to add a lot of flavoration to this, so you should just be aware of that. All right, so once I have that in there, I'm going to go ahead and take my green onion. Remember, I have some green onion, and I'm going to put the green onion in here. All right, so I'm just going to cut up some green onion just like this. All right. Cut up the green onion. Now, normally if I were just cooking eggs, I would start to scramblize this. But because I'm making ramen noodles with scrambled egg, I'm gonna take the pre-cooked ramen noodles right here. They're cooked to al dente, all right? Not overcooked, not undercooked. And I'm just gonna go ahead and place these on top, just like that. Now, if it's too long and you wanna shorten it up, you can go ahead and cut it and then add the rest of it like this. All right, so once I have that, remember that 1/4 cup of the chili flavoring that I had? I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna sprinkle this on top. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and stir this up. You smell that? You see that? The cheese. Now it's still egg yolk runny right there, which is okay because it's still gonna cook. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to mix inside of the egg. Let me get in a little bit closer so you can see this. And as it cooks, it becomes emulsified inside of the egg. Absolute goodness, if you ask me. So it's gonna cook. And if you want to, because I added butter in this, you can actually have a toaster rate on the side and it'll be good. I'm not gonna have a toaster rate because I'm not in the mood for toasteration right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this and let it cook on the side because you want the egg to actually be all the way cooked, or at least I do. Some people like a little bit of runny egg. I, however, don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And be careful when you turn it because you don't want the noodles to become mushy noodles. Now look at that. Look at the cheese. Look at that. Come onto the screen. Smell that. Scrambled fried ramen noodles. Absolute goodness, if you ask me. Absolute goodness.